Well, we've had a big day, but right now we're going to talk about the 25th of February, which is a few days back.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a day that we drove into the town of Cromwell.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to Cromwell because we wanted to go to a wine district. And we figured out that this was kind of the area in central Otago where they have Pinot Noirs, but we couldn't find hardly any information on the place. And so almost everything there was a surprise for us.
Mm-hmm. It was really beautiful scenery, and yeah, just all kinds of things to do, which we didn't have time to do.
Right.
Biking around this impoundment lake and all kinds of things.
Right. So, but we did have time for breakfast.
We did have time for breakfast.
We went to the Heritage Hotel, or Harvest Hotel, in order to get directions for all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out we had a wonderful breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
What did you have?
I had spinach and feta quiche, or frittata. Spinach and feta frittata. Mm-hmm.
And you said that the relish on it really made the difference.
Relish really made it, yeah.
All right.
It was like a tomato vinegary relish.
And I had a deluxe eggs Benedict. It was beautiful. And the eggs were cooked. They must have been like sous vide or something. They were just cooked to perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And there's big hunks of salmon on it. It was a meal, I'll tell you. And then we went wine tasting.
Right.
And the first place we went was, oddly enough, named Mount
Difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up sitting with another couple that were from Cambridge, England.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't learn too much about them, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah, we had fun tasting the wines together.
And
we had very similar tastes.
I had 4 different Pinot Noirs, and you had more varied wines.
I had 4 different ones, and then I could choose, and the last one I chose was a dry Riesling to try.
So the Mount Difficulty wines were really nice.
They were very good.
And the Pinot Noir especially was. And then we drove just a short distance to Tecano. And I think one of the things that really struck me about Tecano was the architecture of the tasting room. It was cantilevered out over the valley. It was made out of that steel that you allow to rust and then it stops, and it was really quite an architectural statement. And the wines were good.
Very good. They were just getting ready to get their license. They didn't have it yet, so they didn't charge anything for the wine tasting, but they asked people to buy a bottle of wine. And what they said was that winemaking is their passion. There was a woman working there who was the sister of the owner, one of the owners, and she was from Colorado. The owner was from California, and her husband, I think, was from the UK, but was in New Zealand. And so wine is their passion. I asked him a little bit about what he did, and he said he was a hedge fund manager in London. So,
Yeah.
So anyway, wine was their passion, and wow, it was really great.
Yeah. So we drank a bunch of wine there,
Mm-hmm.
and then managed to drive and it was starting to get a little difficult to drive. Well, just a little.
Okay.
It was difficult roads.
Ah.
Anyways, we drove to a place called Carrick's, and there we had some pizza and tasted some more wines.
Yeah. Although we drove back to where we were staying and then walked to Carrick's.
Yeah, that's an important point.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we chose the last winery that we were going to sample at with the idea that it be within walking distance of our campground.
Which it was, right?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And at Carrick's, we had this beautiful view out over the lake, and we had pizza there, and we ordered a wine sampler with 4 different types of wine, 2 of which were Pinot Noirs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a Chardonnay and something else, maybe a Riesling or something.
I don't remember.
Anyways. And then when we were all done with that, we stumbled back to the campground, and I think we may have made some videos. I don't know. Anyways, we got to bed, and that was our day.
Yeah. And one of the nice things for me is I don't drink very much, but what happens is they bring you the wine, and then you can take a sip or more than a sip, and then you dump it into this container and rinse your mouth out with water, and then you can do the next one. So you don't really have to drink much wine to taste.
Right.
That's good.
Central Otago is great wine.
Mm-hmm.
We
Really
were
great.
Impressed.
Yeah. And Pinot Noir is their stellar wine. They did tell us they sell a lot in like Norway and Sweden of their wine. Takano told us that they're selling well in Norway and Sweden, but not yet in the U.S. So.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Okay. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.